Hello, this is Jeff Bellinger here for another 2 Minute on Tuesday. This one will probably be a little bit longer than 2 minutes. We had a big night last night. The Republicans did release their ACA replacement bill, and we have a summary from the Ways and Means Chairman, Kevin Brady, that we're going to list below in the description, and in the email there will be a link to it. It does summarize the major changes. I'm going to go through them here on the video, and again, it'll probably be a little bit longer than 2 minutes, but just give you an idea of what they have in mind. The first is the premium tax credit that they're allowing to help pay for people. They're going to, if the income does change during the year, they've got different rules regarding how they recapture that. They're going to require that if the money's owed back, that they pay it back, which it wasn't very clear on that. The other is the premium tax credit does not allow individuals to purchase what they call catastrophic only policies. That used to be what they called hospital only plans. They're going to now allow that. Then finally in 2020 they're going to eliminate the premium tax credit altogether, so that kind of all goes away anyway. The small business tax credit is going to be repealed effective 2020. The individual mandate is going to be repealed immediately. Matter of fact, it will be repealed back to December 31st of 2015, which would allow any penalties to go away for 2016. Same thing with the employer mandate. It's going to go back to December 31st, which will be retroactive, and it won't apply any penalties then in 2016. They're going to repeal the tax on health insurance premiums. There was going to be a Cadillac tax, as you know. It was going to put a 40% tax on certain plans if the benefits were high enough. That was supposed to now go into effect in 2020. That's being now delayed till 2024. The repeal of the tax on over-the-counter medications. There was going to be a tax that excluded, well, they excluded over-the-counter medications, I should say, when Obamacare came out. So they're going to allow now over-the-counter medications to be paid for through tax preferred plans, HSAs, FSAs. So that's going to begin in 2018. So that's something that existed some time ago. It went away. Now it looks like it's going to come back. Repeal the increase on health savings accounts tax. If you got to a certain point in your life and you didn't use all the dollars for medical reasons, the tax on taking the money out of the HSA was supposed to go up to 20% under the Obamacare plans. They're going to bring that back to what it was previously. They're going to repeal the limitation on flexible spending accounts. So as you know, flexible spending accounts was really a client-driven amount. So you could say we want to allow $5,000 into FSAs or even $10,000. When Obamacare came out, they capped it at $2,500. They're going to repeal that $2,500 cap and allow companies to decide again what amount they want to put in the plan. There's a medical device tax at 2.3%. That's going to be repealed as of December 31st, 2017. The elimination of deduction for expenses allowable for Medicare Part D. Obamacare eliminated the ability for employers to take a tax deduction on this. So while they tried to encourage employers to pay for retired employees' drugs, or prescription drugs, they got rid of the ability for employers to take that as an expense. So now that business expense is going to come back for employers who want to pay for retirees' prescription drug benefits. That's going to come back in applicable December 31st of 2017. The medical deduction amount. If you don't have any pre-tax plans available to you and you had a lot of medical expenses, if you filed your tax return, you used to be able to use as expenses anything that was in excess of 7.5% of your income. So like flexible spending accounts really let you benefit at $1. The government always had a plan for individuals that said above 7.5% of your income, those medical expenses that you had in the year became deductible. That went up to 10% under the ACA law. Now it's going back to where it was at 7.5%. They had a 0.9% Medicare tax beginning in 2018. They're going to flat out repeal that. And here's where they're going to start with the the refundable tax credits, they're creating new credits based upon age to help individuals pay for health insurance. Starting under age 30, the credit would start at $2,000. Over age 60, it would be $4,000. There'd be extra dollars for family members, with it being capped at $14,000 of tax credit available for individuals to pay for their health insurance. It's going to grow by the Consumer Price Index +1. It's going to be available to those individual earners earning $75,000 a year. Joint filers double that, so $150,000 a year. And then there's a reduction clause for every $100 that you earn over that amount. That's their funding mechanism. They also realize the reporting requirements that came into play with the healthcare law. They're going to completely redo that. They're hoping that it can be a simple W-2 reporting requirement rather than all these additional forms. They're not changing it right now. They don't have anything in place to change it, other than they're stating they realize it's a problem and they hope to have it solved on the W-2 rather than all these additional forms, and that they will make changes to it and make sure that there's not duplication of reporting that's required and unnecessary reporting that's not required. The maximum contribution limit to health savings accounts will be increased to the amount of the deductible and the out-of-pocket limitation. So this could be quite high. The basic limit will be at least the $6,550 that it currently is, and $13,010 for family coverage beginning in 2018. But again, if you have a very high deductible and out-of-pocket expense, you could put away quite a bit of money in the health savings account. They're going to change it so that both the employee and the spouse can make catch-up contributions. And they're also going to change some of the rules regarding, once the HSA is created, can you use it for expenses prior to the HSA being created? They're going to create a little window where you can do that. They're going to repeal the tanning tax that came into play. It was a 10% tax that was going to start in 2018. They're going to repeal the net investment tax, which was going to be a 3.8% on certain net investments. That was going to start in 2018. And they're going to repeal the tax on prescription medications. They imposed an annual fee to certain brand pharmaceutical manufacturers, and they're going to repeal that. They're also going to repeal the health insurance tax. They had an annual fee for health insurers, and that repeals that as of December 31st, 2017. So look below. You'll find this summary as a link to find. Obviously, this is only hours old, so it's going to keep dramatically changing as interpretations of this come out, but we wanted to get you the main ideas of what's going to be coming moving forward. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. My contact information will appear on the next screen. Thanks, and have a great day.